Hey guys, it's Caleb. Today in the shop we have this Ford CMAX hybrid. It's going to get our new mud flaps for it, so let's go ahead and show you how to install them. Here we have the tools laid out that you'll need for install. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver to help remove some inserts, and then a T30 Torx to help remove the screws on the rear, and then a level for checking level. Here we have the front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your flap for that corner and the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Here we are at the front fender. We're going to begin by removing the 3 factory inserts located along the fender's edge right here, and right here. We've already pre-popped ours just by taking a flathead screwdriver and wiggling the core out. You can also use a set of insert pullers to make it easier. Once those are out of the way, we can go ahead, lift the liner out of the way, exposing the 3 mounting holes. 1 down on the plastic here, and then the 2 along the fender's edge. We'll go ahead, take our black nylon clips and place it over those holes. Just like so. Do some housekeeping while you're in here. Now we'll place the second one over here. Aligning the hole. And last, over that bottom mount hole down here. That one, you'll want to push the clip all the way to the very end, wiggling it just a little bit. Once those are all in position, you can return the liner back to its original state. Now we can grab the flap and begin mounting. We're just going to take a washer, put it on a 1-inch screw. We'll start with the bottom here. Get it started by hand just a little bit, going into that insert. That'll help hold it. Now we'll grab our other 2 washers. We're going to lift our flap into position, placing both of these into the other 2 inserts. Just getting everything started by hand. Doing it on the ground, turning your front wheels is going to make that a lot easier. Now we're going to take our Phillips head 3 and tighten these until they're just barely snug. We're not going to fully tighten them just yet until after we adjust our flap. Okay, with those snug, but we're still able to move the flap, we're going to go ahead, get it set to the position that we want. Then you can check along the bottom edge here with a level. Once that's in position, you can go ahead and grab your screwdriver and fully tighten these down. With those fully tightened down, you can repeat these same steps on the other side. Now let's go ahead and jump to the rear. Here we have the rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your rear flap for that corner and the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to begin by coming into the rear fender area, just where the bumper is. We're going to remove the 3 factory screws from right here, and right here. These are the T30 Torx. We've already loosened ours, so we're going to get those out of our way. We can set those to the side. We can grab our flap now and begin mounting. Once you have the factory screws out of the way, you're going to grab your long screws. You're going to place a washer on them. We'll place them through the flap. We'll place another washer on the inside. Then we'll take our spacer. So with that in place like so, we'll bring that. That will align with the bottom hole. Get that started by hand. And we're going to repeat that same process for the next 2 holes, working our way up the fender. So we'll grab our screw, our washer, our second washer, and our spacer. We'll place that through, putting the washer on the back side and the spacer. With these longer screws, I like to tilt the flap forward and kind of lean the spacer in. Once you're in the wheel well, then you can work it around into the factory clip. Now, for the final, we'll get the top. Take our screw washer. Put our washer on the inside. Put our spacer on and into the factory clip. It may take a second to align with those, but once you do, you can go ahead and get those all started by hand. Now we're going to take our screwdriver, and these will be a Phillips head 2. They're a number 10 screw to match with the factory clips. So we'll go ahead and get that just barely snug so we can rotate it and get it in position like we want. Now we'll get those all snugged up. We'll adjust this to where we want. Grab our level. Check the bottom. Now we can go ahead and fully lock down all of these. With these, you don't want to over tighten. You just want to tighten them down till they get a nice good tension. Because they are rubber spacers, they will compress and add sort of a spring effect on the screw and keep them from coming loose. With those nice and snug, the flap is secure. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.